Pouria Zeraati is all too aware of the danger he's putting himself into every time he goes into work. As a presenter at the independent channel Iran International, he is seen as a direct threat by the regime in Tehran, and he's in no doubt his job is directly related to the attack on him exactly a week ago. He was stabbed outside his home in London by three men who quickly fled the country. But today, Mr. Zeraati returned to work and was back in front of a camera in an act of extraordinary courage. In an exclusive interview, he told Rohit he believed the attackers were trying to warn him off rather than take his life. It is a chilling message for Mr. Zeraati and his colleagues who welcomed him back on air with a standing ovation.
Stand by, Roddy. Stand by. In 4.
If the attack against him last Friday was intended to be a message from the regime, his return to the screen this Friday was his response. ITV News was with him as he was applauded on the set of his show tonight. He's speaking for the first time about how three men approached him in the street in southwest London and what happened next.
I was going towards my car, the driver's side, and I was approached by a man who pretended to be actually someone asking for £3 cash. The second man approached. They held me strong, very firmly, and the first person stabbed me in my leg. And those 3-4 seconds are moments I never forget in my life, because the moment I saw the knife in his hand until he stabbed me in my leg, all I was thinking was where he's gonna hit. He's gonna cut my throat, he's gonna stab my heart, he's gonna kill me. The first few seconds I noticed that they didn't take anything, and that was the moment clicked that it is related to my job.
Did you think you might die?
I could have been killed. The thing is, actually, the fact that they just stabbed in my leg was their choice to do that. They had the opportunity to kill me. They had the opportunity to stab anywhere they wanted.
The suspects left for Heathrow Airport and fled the country.
I think it was a warning shot. It was planned not to kill me.
In December, ITV News revealed how two of his colleagues at Iran International, codenamed the bride and the groom by Iranian spies, had been the target of another plot. The channel broadcasts from London and Washington and has become an enemy of the regime.
This is something you expect on a daily basis because you are in a job, you are working in a network which is under constant threat. What I wanted to do was being here this Friday while I'm doing this interview now, and then I will have my show on air, to send this message to whoever was behind this attack.
He is under police protection as Scotland Yard investigates whether he was the victim of a state-sponsored terrorist attack.
My message is, we won't be silenced. This attack is not about me. I need to clarify that. It's against the job I do, and it's against the audience, I think, who are interested in hearing and watching what I say.
Pouria's leg was injured, but his voice was strengthened by what happened last Friday. The police have still not made clear why they think he was attacked, though they have strong suspicions.
And Rohit is with me now. Rohit, as you say, this is not the first plot against Iranian diaspora, journalists based here. But the question is, how much of a serious security threat is it for the UK?
Well, in terms of this plot specifically, Scotland Yard actually have been, trying to say that this shouldn't cause alarm. On the face of it, it might sound like they're steering us away from the possibility of this being a terrorist attack. Actually, the way I read that is that what they're saying is that this was targeted. That this was not an indiscriminate attack, but that the attackers were out to get him. And that is borne out by everything that he said today. He was carrying a wallet, he was carrying electrical items, and they chose not to take them. They stabbed him, they left him, They drove to Heathrow Airport and then they left the country. We, by the way, still don't know where they are, and perhaps the police will say that in the next few days. They certainly know that. You know, as we've covered before, these types of threats, particularly against this organisation, Iran International, have become common. We know that there have been many plots foiled by the Iranian regime in the UK, not just here in this country, but also right across Europe as well.
Okay, Rohit, thank you very much indeed.